Welcome Capricorn to your January 2021 tarot reading and forecast. It's great to see the subscribers back again. Always good to see you. We have great fun here, don't we? On this channel, it's different. It's good. And by the way, I have published an annual reading for the whole of 2021 in a summary for you, and it probably takes about 15 or 20 minutes, and that you can find on the playlist on the channel. But this month, of course, we're going to do an in-depth reading for you as we usually do. And incidentally, if you would like to have a personal one-on-one clairvoyant reading with me, then just check out the information that's in the description box below, and you can see how easy it is for that to happen wherever you may be in the world. But let's get 5 cards, shall we, and see what there is for you for this month of January in 2021. There is the 6 of Cups. Well, that's a good start. There is the Hierophant. Striking image on that. I think you'll agree when you get to it. There is the Tower. Most excellent. There is the Devil. Great Capricorn card. And let's have a look at this. The 2 of Swords. Beautiful. Why don't you come, sit down next to me, have a look at the paintings on these cards. While they speak to me, I'll tell you what they say and do your reading for you. Just a reminder that there is an annual 2021 reading available on the channel. Just check the playlist or search Capricorn 2021 Nigel and you'll find it. Oh, and next month's monthly reading will be published on the 6th of January at 2 p.m. US Eastern Time. What a fantastic spread of cards here for you. I'm going to look at this first one here. This is the first you drew. What am I getting from this? What am I getting from this? Let's have a look. How very, very interesting for you. Well, I say that the 6 of Cups here is the Archangel Uriel, which means light of God. And this is, in the number 6, also mystically for me, the center of Christ consciousness or Krishna consciousness, rising up through the waters of your subconscious and out into the day, your true self, your golden soul, found and tempered, now rising to consciousness from its own buoyancy, your free will, your will. Now here, Uriel has the claws of, well, a lobster, I suppose, just like the one that's in the traditional moon card and Tarot de Marseille. And from beneath, 2 towers, it seems to be the case here. Because it is you and your potential that is rising up here, rising from the mud at the bottom of the ocean or lake and out into the air. In many ways, this mirrors evolution from the salty sea and your journey from the womb, too, as you evolve and rise from the water onto land, into life, and into humanity. This is a prime pattern for us as people, rising from the salty water. And here it is a pure and golden soul, your purpose for living. Now this is the angel who guards the gates of the Garden of Paradise. He checked the doors at Passover in the Jewish tradition for the lamb's blood. In Egypt, he holds the keys to hell. Uriel is the patron saint of artists and the arts, did you know? Artists also hold a key to the subconscious, to both hell and the Garden of Eden. Artists reach down deep into the well, the dark places in the soul to find their inspiration. And Uriel solves challenges by reaching deep into the depths of the self for the answers, by trusting and helping the true self rise to the surface, by exposing that which was previously hidden, repressed, or locked away. I would also call this card the Lord of Pleasure. It is the Sun ruling the 2nd decan of Scorpio, that 3rd to the 12th of November. And mystically, I also have the Sun associated with the number 6, So we have the sun ruling Scorpio, and we have a sun in the numerology. And a double sun reveals what Scorpio wants to hide. The feelings that are coming around here is about pleasure, indulgence, in particular sexual pleasure, excitement, maybe communication with your ancestors and a great degree of family support around you. But when I talk about pleasure, the pleasure here is a kind of pleasure which is completely harmonized. Now, the zodiacal sign governing the card for me, being Scorpio, well, pleasure is here rooted in its most convenient soil, isn't it? This is a preeminently fertile energy, and really one of the best you can receive. Now, quite frankly, the energy associated with this card is around sexuality, but not in any uncontrolled way. It can also relate to, I think, for you, pleasure that you have and are experiencing after much hardship in the past, and I'm getting that from the depths of these waters here. I think it's also the case that because this angel is around here, that you will be undergoing a period of healing and transformation. The emphasis here is on relationship, or on the desire to have a relationship, but not just any relationship, but a relationship that is deep and satisfying, and a relationship that will improve both of the individuals, where the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. I think that this is saying to you now that enjoy now all that life gives you. This is the best way to express your gratitude for life. Are you holding on to old beliefs which prevent your enjoyment of pleasure? Enjoy your own emotional wealth and share it with a partner. And say to yourself, I am now open to a partner with whom I can share the joys of love on all its levels. And it seems to me that that partner, whether they're with you now or it's one coming along, is going to provide the joy that you need on all levels, because this is the Lord of Love. It is Venus in the first decan of Cancer, 21st of June to the 1st of July. Now, Venus is the most receptive of the planets, and it is the planet of love and beauty and creativity. And Cancer, the zodiac sign, well, that is about nurturing, comfort, support, and healing. So I see here for you close bonds, togetherness, love, harmony, and a relationship that is beginning to strengthen. And if you're in a partnered relationship, I see a reinvigoration of that relationship, because there's a tremendous amount of mutual love and respect here. Happy relationships and emotional exchanges. Now, as I say, this energy refers to Venus in Cancer. Well, Cancer, more than any other sign, is a receptive sign, and it is the house of the moon. And in Cancer, Jupiter is exalted, the planet of growth and good luck. And these are all very friendly planets. Now fasten your seatbelt, because other people are going to find you very attractive at this time. Your readiness to receive love makes you attractive. Surrender to yourself, to others, to life. I see that there's going to be a significant relationship or a family tie here that you are experiencing that is important to you. There could be an interest, work or hobby, or some form of creativity that you have a passion for, that acts as a sort of balance for your emotional nature as well. With which persons and in which surroundings can you now share your love? Pay attention to the love coming to you now. Remain open and let it enter you and go deep inside. And say to yourself, there is nothing to do but enjoy what life offers. I am now ready to let into my life the love relationships which will fulfill me. Now, what sits on top of this card? Let's have a look at it here. This is This is the magus of the eternal gods. Let's have a look at the magus of the eternal gods, otherwise known as the hierophant by many people. Well, for me it is Venus, again, in Taurus this time, your sister Earth sign, with the moon exalted. Taurus is Earth, and that emphasizes the importance of applying your spiritual realizations in the day-to-day world. I think what this is saying that there is at the moment, for you, just at the moment, a need to kind of go with the flow, follow the rules and regulations, and in particular the traditions in your life. Now, you may not intellectually agree with the traditions, but just go along with it for the moment. Keep everything at room temperature. This may well also start the beginning of a period of great learning and education for you, which could be in trades or it could be in hobbies. Now, I do get some degree of committed relationships around here, so there's possibility that you'll hear of engagements. I think this is also thinking that you're going to start to bring things together, that there's almost like a inspiration that is coming to you. And people are going to come to you looking for your counsel and advice on things. You are going to be sought out and being asked to sort out things, relationships, problems that other people have. Now remember, don't get sucked into any triangular situations though. This is a time when you are going to be very gifted at getting information across to other people and of inspiring other people. There's almost like a commitment to community around you, and you'll be attracted to sounds and to music, good at listening and speaking, and wanting to make your ideas tangible and usable. I think there'll be a deep desire to be challenged by new experiences here. I think the search for self leads you into the spiritual realms. This can sometimes indicate a meeting with a spiritual teacher or master, so be open to that. And is there any spiritual master to whom you feel attracted? Say this to yourself at this time: I honor the sacred within me. I am inspired by learning and teaching. I am creative and productive in my family and professional life. There is only one voice worth listening to, the voice of my own heart. Well, where shall we go next? Let's have a look at this here. Now I like to look at this. This is the Lord of the Hosts of the Mighty. Let's have a look. Otherwise known as the Tower. Is there anything in this image which gives me anything? Let me see. Well, it's actually quite a phallic symbol. It's like the male principle of the universe involved around it. And that's not surprising, because I actually see it as being Mars, and Mars in full attack mode, coming in to destroy this tower, this artifice that has been built up, this tower which is the limitation of your ego, that part of your consciousness which is trapped in flesh and blood. Now, the structure of identity that you have built up over the course of your lifetime is also being called into question here. If you ask yourself, who are you? You say, well, I do this for a living. These are the clothes I wear. This is the car I do or don't drive. This is where I live. This is what my parents did. This is how I make money. This is what happened to me 5 years ago. None of that actually is who you are. These are just collective experiences. Strip all of those things away, and there's still somebody there. There's still somebody there. Take all that stuff away. You're still there. And that's what this card is getting at. It's saying that who is the person that is there, underneath there? There's a sense here, I think, of the breakdown of the limitations of your consciousness. It's almost as if the Hindu Lord Shiva is coming in to break things down so that you can rebuild and renew. There's a sense here of inner transformation for you, also of healing, but where the old is being destroyed to make room for the new. Self-knowledge is coming here. Now you see there's someone here which looks like they're falling from the tower, but actually I don't think they're falling from the tower. I think actually that they are escaping from the tower, because I think that there is here for you something of a release. You are being released from a situation or a relationship after a revelation which you have come across, where you break down old forms or patterns. And I think what it leads to is a sort of a calm after the storm. There's also a sense here, I think, that there could well be some, look, I'll call it turmoil or destruction, but they're not. They impart a meaning which is probably too strong. But it's an awareness, I think, that you come to as you seek to understand how you could have been so mistaken about a situation or a person, and you now have to come to terms with that. Now, emotions like anger, grief, sleeping problems, they can affect you as almost like there's a sense of security is being lost or badly shaken, but it's not. You're going to go through fine. You may well feel as if your old, comfortable world will never be the same again, but there's a better future lying here for you. The important message here is that with the destruction of the old comes the new, and you can eventually look at life in a much more meaningful way, which makes you wiser and happier. This is an internal change that's going on. It's almost like the divine spirit is moving through your psyche and burning out anything that is fake. I think you're in the midst of or about to enter into an extremely intensive internal transformatory process. And whatever is destroyed or shaken within you serves to purify you and make room for something new, so allow it. And ask yourself, are you ready to view life with new eyes? And look at yourself in your daily life. Situations may seem to repeat themselves, but you will not continue to repeat old, limited, restrictive behavior patterns. Say this to yourself: who I am is a belief to be undone. I have the ability to heal and to restore myself at all times. I am not inside my body. My body is inside me. And everything that happens in my life happens and is happening for my best. All right, finally, and is it finally? Yes, let's have a look at the Lord of the Gates of Matter. The devil, the Lord of the Gates of Matter. Well, here you go. Well, this is Saturn ruling your sign, Capricorn, with Mars exalted. But Mars here, which is often a aggressive and disruptive planet, this is Mars in its best form, the fiery, material energy of creation. Now, the card can represent tunnel vision, I think, and you may well start to be fixing your eye on an objective, fixing your eye on a goal. Because the devil, his vision is usually directed at some material goal. It can relate to career, an ambition, or simply looking after your own best interests. And this energy here says that you can accomplish much if you are focused, because the devil isn't distracted by anything else. He's very focused on the task at hand. Now, astrologically, it's in Capricorn. Well, you know Capricorn is the sign of business, career, worldly success, and social standing. And Capricorns are usually, pretty well always, hard workers and high achievers. So there's a lot of procreative energy around this. I think you'll have a new vitality. I think you're also going to have a great sense of humor. Great degree of sensuality here, but that's not surprising given the card that was sitting above it. And sexuality. creative energy, individuality. You might be acting on blind impulse sometimes. And you may be seen as being irresistibly strong. And I've got to say, you are going to be attractive to other people during this period, so do with that what you will. There's also a great sense of freedom here, or a desire to become free. So I see you desiring and getting in place to become free of a situation, probably involving a relationship. Now, it doesn't just have to be a romantic relationship. It can, of course, be financial or work or a platonic or a social relationship, but one which isn't actually really serving your best interests at the moment. Because you might feel that you are restricted by something that appears to be out of your control, but you actually have more influence over the situation than you think. Now, I do have to say this to you. You should check for any addictions that are stopping you from enjoying life to the fullest. I don't have a problem with addictions per se. I mean, I have enormous appetites, but one must not let things throw one's life out of balance. I think this is also saying that you need to accept that you have an ambitious side, but also to see it for what it is without becoming a slave to it. You'll have a strong desire to compete, improve, and win. But keep a balance between the material side of life and your emotional life and your spiritual life. I think you could also become very attracted sexually to somebody. And again, there's great sense around here of desire for relationship, I think. But we saw that with the Two of Cups. I think you'll be handling things from a place of humor, and there'll be a desire for stability and grounding in your life. You'll have the ability to work hard and to play hard. And certainly you will be more sensual and sexual. And you'll be learning to protect yourself from the projections, opinions, and judgments of other people. Now, don't worry about the haters. There are always haters. Actually, haters are a sign that you're doing something well. Do you know? I mean, you could walk on water, and the haters would say, well, the only reason why you're walking on water is because you can't swim. So when you get haters coming into your life, that's from jealousy. It's because you're doing things well. There's also a sense here that I think that you're going to kind of let your hair down a bit, you know. There's a sort of a freeness, a party spirit. It's almost like what can I say? What's that expression? What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas? Yeah, but you might wake up the next day and realize that you may have produced a management problem for yourself. I think what we're going to do here is to also see that there may be people who demonize you, make you out to be the devil. Well, meet them with humor and lightness and accept what life gives you. Keep your feet on the ground. And really ask yourself this: do you have some wish or desire that you don't admit to? Say this to yourself: I am a vital, joyful, and grounded person. I enjoy my sexuality. Whether my problems are real or imagined, I can handle them realistically and with good humor, because I am the captain of my soul and in charge of my life. What a great spread of cards for you, Capricorn. Good job. That's the way it is for you this month. Well, I loved spending that time with you then. What a great month it looks like it's going to be for you. And don't you deserve it? You certainly do. Of anybody, you deserve the good things that are coming into your life. Now remember this one thing always, and it is this, that you are a legend. And I look forward to seeing you again next month. Until then, it's bye for now.